Okay, welcome back to the Pack 9 show, the show where we make fun of each other's teams and try and, knock them down a few pegs. And we're talking about the Niners. They had a pretty good showing against the Panthers last week, but I think we all kind of saw that
Yeah.
coming. The Panthers are kind of a dumpster fire right now and down one head coach after that last game. So we are moving on, and this week the Niners take on the Falcons.
Yep.
Uh, Niners are 3-2. Falcons are 2-3. These teams are kind of close in my opinion. They have different strengths, but they can definitely put up a bunch of numbers when they need to. Last week, the Falcons lost to the Buccaneers 21-15 in kind of a strange game where they were shut out for 3 quarters and then put up 15 points by the end, but it wasn't enough for the Buccaneers. They definitely got screwed out of a roughing the passer call. In fact,
Mhm.
Mariota ended up getting sacked 5 times, and Tom Brady ended up getting roughing the passer 1 time. So that was that was kind of how that game rolled. I think the Buccaneers kind of got away with something there. Not saying it's a conspiracy theory or anything. I just think it was a bad call.
Mhm.
Anyway, I think the Falcons are friskier than people give them credit for. Uh, Marcus Mariota actually seems, not like crazy good, but definitely decent enough to get the ball to enough people. Um, he's been running the ball pretty well too. He got 7 carries for 61 last week, and Tyler Algiers coming in and looking kind of, he's doing okay. He's averaging 3.5 yards a carry, so not bad. I think it's going to be a tough game. I'm not 100% sure which way this is going to go. It's, but I think that the uh, the Niners have a little bit of planning to do, especially with a couple of key injuries in your defense. So I'm
Mhm.
curious to hear your take on it.
Yeah. Uh, I think I think the Niners have a better roster, so we should win. But I am a little worried about a possible upset. Only the main reason being because oh yeah, well yeah, and injuries, but mostly the the Niners defense is like made to attack these pocket passers like a Aaron Rodgers, a Tom Brady, those type of people. When historically under Shanahan's team, when they play against mobile quarterbacks, that's when they start getting a little bit troublesome, having to chase them out of the pocket, like a Russell Wilson, a Kyler Murray, those types of quarterbacks. Typically, they kind of give us some struggles. I'm not sure exactly on all the injuries. I'm looking here. Looks like Nick Bosa has a chance to play. Jimmy Ward is out. Robbie Gold is questionable. And by the way, why was Robbie Gold last week making tackles on special teams, saving the team? That's how he got
Right.
injured. He's like 44. Man. Anyways, that's a whole other thing. So we might not have Robbie Gold. Wisnowski, our punter, wasn't looking the best. He made a couple. I think he made one field goal or two, something like that. So I think this kind of does have upset written all over it. Hopefully, though, like you were saying, the Niners can game plan something. We still have a lot of corners. Emmanuel Mosley's out though, but we do have some people there that'll cover pretty well. I don't. Cordarrelle Patterson's not playing for the Falcons, so I can't even think of a threat on offense besides Mariota to be Kyle Pitts. I guess we'll have to
Mhm.
watch out for him. But other than that, I don't know how they're gonna try to guard Debo. I don't know how they're gonna try to guard Kittle. If Bosa plays, I don't know how they try to guard Bosa or any of our pass rush. So I think we should win this. But I will say there is a possible. I would not be surprised if the Niners lost this one, even though on paper the roster's clearly better. I would not be surprised that the Niners lose on the road at Atlanta. The party doesn't stop till 8 in the morning out there, so maybe they get caught up in some shenanigans. How it
Yeah.
goes down in the ATL. But that's
Yeah,
that's
I guess
kind
we'll
of what
see
I'm
because
thinking.
Kyle Pitts was held out of the game last week for an injury, and but he's supposed to play on Sunday, and that could be kind of. I mean, we're still kind of waiting to see what impact that he's gonna bring to the Falcons consistently.
Yeah.
But the Niners, by all uh, you know, by all metrics, they really should be the winners of this game, and Vegas agrees with that. They have Niners at -5.5. What do you think? What is your prediction for the final score?
Man, I feel like the Niners, they're either going to blow out the Falcons or it's going to be super close. Every game this year, the Falcons have played very close. So I am going to say this is going to be another close one. The Niners the Niners will win 27-24. So that they might not cover, but they do get the win. And I think it's going to be another close one. The Niners edge it out.
I can see that, but they don't cover the spread, huh? So
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
yeah. I'm not sure. I think that the way that the game is going to go is that the Falcons are going to get up a touchdown or two early, and then you guys will have to call your way back. And then in the second half, they'll continue to put on the pressure, but only get to the red zone and make field goals rather than touchdowns. And then you guys should be able to get your way back in on a softer defense. So I'm going to say Niners. I'm going to say Niners 31, or not Dolphins, Falcons 27.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah, something like that. I think it's definitely going to be closer than people would think.
Mm-hmm.
A lot because Mariota will get out of the pocket and make some throws and make some plays with his feet.
Falcons historically love to lose games right at the end by a field goal. So why should this game be any different? Is what I say.
Oh, and I just realized Shanahan coming back to Atlanta. I'm sure that's happened recently, but coming back to his old stomping grounds after 28-3.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Well, that'll conclude this episode of the Pack 9. Thanks again for tuning in, and we will see you next time.